Enhancement Shaman. I like the changes. There's really no downsides, a bunch of positives in my opinion. Actually no, let me go back on that. The only downside to Enhancement Shaman is there's too many good choices. There's too many good talents to pick. I'm going to go over the normal Shaman tree, and then I'll go over the Enhancement Shaman tree. Normal Shaman tree, we're getting quite a bit. Flurry, increase attack speed after dealing a crit. Focused Insight, obviously, is just going to buff our Healing Surge. So that'll be really nice when it comes to trying to live. Purge. You can go into Crater Purge, removes 2 beneficial effects, but I think normal spammable Purge is probably better. Lava Burst is really good. We also gain Earthen Elemental, which will also increase our max health. Earth Shield we can also spec into, and we can have 2 shields up at one time, so we can have Lightning Shield and Earth Shield up. Then Earth Shield is obviously increasing the Healing Surge healing by 20%, so that mixed with Focused Insight is obviously a big healing increase on your Healing Surge. And also mixed with this, Healing Stream increases the next healing of your Healing Surge as well by 25%. Still have Healing Stream. One thing we will gain is Ancestral Guidance. I don't think we have this as enhanced right now. The next 10 seconds, 25% of your damage and healing is converted to healing. Pretty much if you deal damage, it heals. If you heals, it does damage. That's how it used to work. I'm assuming that's how it's going to work in this one. 2-minute cooldown. This will be really good for our burst. Specifically, if we're getting focused in Arena and we just pop like Astral Shift and then damage into that burst we're receiving, we should be able to heal pretty much all the damage we're taking back just from Ancestral Guidance and Earth Shield and Healing Stream Totem. Like, we won't have to hardcast Healing Surge on ourselves with this when we're getting bursted and if we are bursting. Plains Traveler is really good. I've been begging for like more defensiveness from Ethereal Shield, so this is really good. The choices here are reduces damage by an additional 15%, which would make it 55% damage increase, but I think that's a little overkill. I'd rather take the cooldown reduction and the duration increase. Capacitor Totem, I don't really think I need to talk about that. Hex Cleanse Spirit, I don't think I need to talk about. This is one that's kind of interesting. Reduces the cooldown of Hex by 15 seconds. So there'd be a 15-second cooldown in your Hex, which means it's a little bit more spammable. That's probably the one I'd take there, but with this build, this is probably the build I'm going to run, by the way, whenever this comes out. But with this build, you won't be able to take it. Earth Grab Totem, Tremor Totem. It's Earth Grab Totem or Wind Rush Totem. I think Earth Grab is better, just because you can Earth Grab, say, a Rogue or a Mage or something, instead of having to use Wind Rush. So Earth Grab's probably better here, and it's a lower cooldown. Lightning Bolt damage increase, Thunderstorm, Lightning Lasso, Stone Skin Totem. These are, I'd say, the main 3 changes that everyone's kind of highlighting when it comes to Elemental / Enhanced Shaman changes for Dragonflight. 30-second cooldown, knockback. Obviously, this will be really good, really good for Eye of the Storm. And then Lightning Lasso will be incredibly broken, in my opinion, for Enhancement Shaman, especially in 1v1s. 1v1s are going to be absolutely disgusting with Enhanced now with Lightning Lasso and Thunderstorm. Because you can Thunderstorm someone away and then just get, like, free healing surges off. Or you can, like, use your burst and then lock them down with Lightning Lasso after that. So, yeah. And then there's Stone Skin Totem, which just reduces physical damage taken. Which, again, will be really good against warriors and stuff. I think that's everything in that tree. Not many changes, in my opinion. The conclusion of this tree is Double Shield, Lava Burst, I guess Earthen Ellie with max health increase, and then we have a lot more healing, and Thunderstorm and Lightning Lasso. And that's kind of it there. And then, of course, Flurry as well. That's kind of it there. Enhancement is really... I'm so happy about Enhancement Shaman, to be honest. The thing with Enhancement is there's so many good talents that it's hard to choose what you want to pick. So, you'll notice a lot in this side of the tree. I go like 1 out of 2 points. I guess we'll just start from the top, though. Storm Strike, Wind Fury Weapon, Forceful Winds, which is the talent we have, Unruly Winds, which is a conduit we have, and Doom Winds. So, we get Doom Winds, 1-minute cooldown. It's just like how it was in Legion, where you just activate it. It's not tied into your Wind Fury totem or anything, so that's really nice. We also go into Lava Lash and get Primal Lava Actuators, just baseline as well. So there's 2 legendaries off the top already. Super nice. I guess this is... I'm not sure if Improved Maelstrom's in the game right now, but increases damage or healing of all specs, or of all heals / spells by 20%. That's really good. Of course, just increasing your healing again. Maelstrom stacking additional 5 times, and then this increases the healing and damage of your spells by another 5%. So we've talked about Primal Lava Actuators, we've talked about Doom Winds, we've talked about kind of Wind Fury, the middle spells, I guess, and Lava Lash. So we have 2 legendaries already. We gain Elemental Blast, which will probably do a lot of damage as well. Stormbringer, which is normal. This is new, though. Improved Stormbringer, which is... It's missing an E, by the way. I'm not sure if you know that, Blizzard. It's spelled I-M-P-R-O-V-E-D. There's no E in there. Anyway, just a quick English lesson. Stormbringer now also causes your next Storm Strike to deal 25% additional damage as nature damage. This will be super good against warriors or anything that's armor heavy. One of the things we suffer from right now is, as an enhancement, is a lot of our damage is physical. So this will help with that magical damage, getting it on there. And I think with this build, especially with Primal Lava Actuators being a thing, like just baseline and Elemental Blast and Hot Hand and all that, I think our magic damage will be a lot higher this expansion too. Sundering just usually does what it normally does. It's an interrupt, does damage. Crash Lightning, it's just Crash Lightning. Healing Surge, 30% more effective. That's really good, so... Healing Surge will be healing a shit ton in Dragonflight, so just know that. Chain Lightning, this isn't the actual, ability, but it's like a weird effect. Each target hit by Chain Lightning reduces the cooldown of Crash Lightning. This is baked into our normal kits right now. I think Enhancement would be pretty clunky without this, but if you don't want to take this, you could go... Theoretically, you could go into Primordial Wave, maybe, but if you don't go into Gathering Storms, you could go either 1 more into Legacy of the Frost Witch, 1 more into Elemental Assault, or 1 more into Static Accumulation. Of course, we have Hot Hand. Storm Flurry. Storm Strike has a 25% chance to trigger an additional time. This is really good for Doom Winds, and then Hailstorm. I think Hailstorm would be really interesting to play with. I'm excited to have it just baseline. It's pretty much a 75% damage increase on your Frost Shock, just from doing your normal rotation. So Frost Shock will actually hit for some decent damage now. Ghost Wolves stay the same. Ascendant stays the same. This bottom row is where things kind of get interesting, and it's like what I was talking about earlier, where it's kind of hard to choose one thing from another. That's why I'm 1 out of 2 points in a lot of things here. 1 point Ascendance for the obvious Ascendance, and then I go 1 point here for generating that 1 Maelstrom every 1 second, and that'll help me with damage and or healing. 1 point in Legacy of the Frost Witch for that increase on your Storm Strike damage. Because going 2 into it, I'm pretty sure... dare I say it'll just increase the damage of Storm Strike, yeah. You do want that just 15% damage and the reset of the cooldown. I hope that makes sense. Like, you go into this not for the damage increase, but you go into this for the reset of the cooldown of Storm Strike whenever you use those 5 Maelstrom. So you go 1 into there. Witch Doctors, so that's another legendary. And then Elemental Spirits, which is what we have now, baseline. In the bottom talent tree. Storm Strike damage is increased by 8%. Storm Strike now generates 1 stack of Maelstrom weapon. Of course, we go into this not for the damage increase, but we go into it for the stack of Maelstrom. And that's kind of it. You'll notice we have a lot of legendary effects. We have Legacy of the Frost Witch, we have Witch Doctor's Bones, we have Doom Winds, and we have Primal Lava Actuators all built into our main, just normal enhanced talents now. And we can take all 4 of them, which is... It's going to get nerfed. I'm betting it's going to get nerfed. Which is sad to say, but Shaman always gets nerfed. Whenever Shaman's strong, it will get nerfed. Contrary to Rogue or Priest or Mage or whatever, but... Yeah. And then if you don't go... Dare I say, if you don't go Ascendance, you just want to go like a more caster build, you could go Primordial Wave, and then... maybe Primal Maelstrom and then into this, but I don't think Primordial Wave is that good for Enhance. So, in my opinion, I'd go this. This is the build I will go, likely, whenever Dragonflight releases. It seems really broken. I'm really excited. This is like the only talent tree that I've really looked at, admittedly, but there's a lot of flexibility here. And that's another thing I like about these talents too. Like, if you really want, you can go into Spirit Walkers and go into that interrupt immunity with Spirit Walkers. And then if you really want, you can go like a caster build in Enhanced Tree as well, but yeah, I like it, man. Apparently there's going to be more changes as well, so good job. Good job, Blizzard. Hate to admit it, but good job on the Enhancement Shaman tree. It's actually really good.